Good morning, everyone. Welcome to BizChicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today we are here with the Tech Divas. It is the day that we talk about tech in a way that's easy to understand. We are so excited to be here. So we just welcome you to come on in and be a part of the conversation. We always like to get started with this day in tech history. So we're going to talk about what's happening this week in tech history. And I'm going to turn that over to my friend and colleague, Miss Francine Gregory. I'm Terralina from California Cover Ups, and we are the Biz Chicks. Good morning, Fran.
Good morning. Good morning. So many things going on. Okay,
Mm,
it's an interesting week. So we're going to start with August 12th, 1960. Echo 1, the world's first communication satellite, is launched. Technically, Echo 1 was a passive reflector, as communication signals were bounced off of it rather than retransmitted as modern satellites do today.
mhm.
That's the first communication satellite. Boy, they got it. 1960, where are we now? 20. Oh, wow, that's a while back. August 12th, 1981, IBM introduces the first personal computer, the IBM PC Model 5150. Originally intended to be a stopgap computer that would allow IBM to quickly tap into the emerging personal computer market while taking the time to develop a real PC. It was developed in under a year by a team of 12 with the goal of rapid release to the market. Therefore, this team was allowed to work outside of the normal IBM development process and use whatever off the shelf components allowed for the quickest development. This
Mhm.
overriding goal of developing something as quickly as possible had monumental unintended consequences for IBM and the computer industry as a whole that are still being felt to this day.
Mm.
By compromising quality for rapidity, the design of the IBM PC forced software programmers to resort to inelegant methods of software development, hindering the reliability and compatibility of their software. This
Mm.
laid the groundwork for the reputation of the PC as error prone and frustrating to use. Now we know why.
Yes,
The
we
use
do.
of, huh?
I said, yes, we do. Now we know what's going on.
The use of common components and the choice of Microsoft's DOS as the PC's operating system allowed other companies to quickly clone the IBM PC. They also allowed Microsoft to license their DOS to other companies, giving Microsoft control of the operating system market. Ultimately, these choices led to IBM's loss of control of the platform. IBM never really did get a chance to create their real PC because IBM was the 800-pound gorilla of the business world at the time. The computer that was supposed to be a stopgap became the overwhelming computing standard, crushing nearly every other emerging platform in the process.
Mm.
Steve Jobs was quoted in 1985. If IBM wins, my personal feeling is that we are going to enter sort of a computer dark ages for about 20 years. While
Wow.
IBM themselves didn't win, the creation that they lost control of was the clear market winner for approximately the next 20 years. Many will argue that the time was in fact a dark age for the home computer, but no one could have predicted that on this day in 1981.
Hmm. Interesting.
Very. So, games, gaming is a thing.
Absolutely.
Has been, a lot of back in the day, people was like, get off that game and stop playing games and video games and stuff, because it was just a thing. Um, since the days of Pong,
And
August Pong and what?
Mario.
Oh yeah, August 13th, 1993, Capcom releases Street Fighter II Turbo Hyper Fighting for the Super NES in the US. The Street Fighter II arcade game started the fighting game boom of the 1990s, which spawned off many other fighting game franchises such as Mortal Kombat and Virtua Fighter. The Super NES version brought Street Fighter II into the home and college dorms where certain people spent many hours smacking down their dorm mates. So, yeah, I remember this. It was always this big hullabaloo. You're teaching them to be violent, and
You remember that?
yeah, because it was very graphic. On Mortal Kombat was really graphic. August 14, 2006, Dell and Sony admit that flaws in Sony manufactured batteries used in certain Dell laptops could result in the batteries overheating, catching fire, or exploding. This came after several widely publicized reports in the preceding months where Dell laptops did catch fire. Uh,
Oh,
they issue a recall of 4.1 million batteries, the largest safety recall in the history of the consumer electronics industry, still to this day.
wow.
Even Samsung's famous Galaxy Note 7 recall in 2016 only affected 2.5 million units.
Mm.
Dell's
I
reputation,
remember. I remember when those were catching on fire.
right. Dell's reputation suffered for many years to come and has never fully recovered from the incident.
Wow. Okay. Mm.
Interesting. The original iMac goes on sale August 15th, 1998. After 3 months of anticipation, the original iMac G3 goes on sale. The Bondi Blue iMac became well known for its colorful case, which bucked the industry norm beige. However, it is also known for being the first commercially successful computer to eliminate the use of legacy ports and the floppy drive. It
Mm.
was widely criticized at the time for not including the older technologies, but only featuring USB ports for peripheral connectivity. The iMac helped popularize the emerging standard even on Windows PCs. And when was the last time anyone saw a beige PC?
Wow.
Mhm. I So they went with the USB ports instead of the other type of ports, and they're still dealing with stuff like that today. In the UK, they want Apple to put the USB-Cs on their phones instead of the Lightning pin.
Nice and
Yeah, they want, because most of the other phones are all running with USB-C to power the phones, and Apple is still on their own version of Lightning, and other people don't like it. So the
Okay.
first, the first Internet Explorer, August 16th, 1995, it was introduced by Microsoft, which at the time was a modified version of Spyglass Mosaic, which Microsoft had licensed. Later, when Microsoft began including Internet Explorer for free with Windows, Spyglass sued Microsoft for not paying what they felt were the proper royalties. Microsoft settled for $8
Mm.
million.
Mm.
August 17th, 1982, The Visitors by ABBA become the world's first commercial music compact disc. aka the CD, manufactured, pressed in Langenhagen, Germany by Polygram Records, a subsidiary of Royal Philips Electronics. Philips and Sony developed the CD standard, which was designed to be the successor to the phonograph record. By the time the CD went on sale in November of that year, about 150 titles had been produced.
Mhm.
So the first music CD. Um, and now, anybody watching and listening, do you still have a CD player or use a CD player? How do you get
Yeah.
your music?
Well, I have one, but I rarely use it. It's in the car. That's how old my car is.
I
But
don't have a CD player. I had to buy a DVD CD drive to do some work to
transfer
trans,
some stuff.
and I had to go and buy a DVD drive. I was like, this is interesting.
Yes, because you had no port to put it in.
No port to put it in. Let's see what else we got going on. Okay, so CDs. Who thought? And August 18th, 1947, Hewlett Packard is incorporated by William Hewlett and David Packard 9 years after they sold their first products from their garage in Palo Alto. Hewlett and Packard got their start in 1938 by producing oscillators used to test audio equipment. Since selling 8 of their first oscillators to Disney for
Mm,
use in preparing movie theaters for the movie Fantasia,
wow.
HP has grown to one of the largest technology companies in the world. So here's a couple of things up in there. One, they sold 8 of their first oscillators to Disney.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. For the movie Fantasia. Wow.
Mhm.
And that was in 1938.
Wow.
They got their start in 1938. I'm not sure when they sold it to Disney, but as we know, Disney is about 100 years old.
Hmm.
No, Disney is over 100 years. And that's still mind boggling too, because I'm thinking I was at Disneyland not that far back, but Disney had been in effect before I even went to Disneyland. 100 years. And they are right now the top, I guess, probably the top media company because they own ABC. Fox is under them.
Hmm.
ESPN is under them. Hulu is under them. They are and it's a 100-year-old company.
Hmm.
ABC is with them too. Just thought it was really interesting. Now I have some we can do some trivia, or not trivia. What is it called? Quiz. Do you all want to do a quiz?
Well, we can do a quick quiz.
Okay, so let's see. There's so many things. Oh, it's down here. Okay. And I think I can run this on the I don't know why it takes so long to get down there. Scroll and scroll and scroll. Okay, so this is the quiz,
Hmm.
and I'm going to hit start and let's see if anybody can get a perfect score. And it has something to do with things that happen in the news this week. So let me share the screen. Can you all see that? Oh, no, because I didn't share it. Okay, ready?
Okay.
Okay.
Which state's court ruled in favor of young climate activists, affirming that they have a constitutional right to a clean and healthful environment? A, California. B, Oregon. C, New York. D, Montana.
I heard this morning and I didn't listen to the state.
I remember, but how do you want us to do this? Do you want us to put it in the
You just
chat
want
or
us
what?
to say it, or?
Put it in the chat. A, B, C, D.
Oh, we
Okay.
can't because it'll all be BizChicks.
Okay, well, okay, you guys can probably say yours. And Terry, you can play some theme music or something.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. Let me get some music going.
Just for you.
Hey, Siri, stop.
Hey, Siri, stop.
And
Okay.
my
So,
answer.
is it A, California, B, Oregon, C, New York, D, Montana?
I think I want to say Oregon.
Okay. So, you can keep the music going, Terry, because we're going to answer at the end of
Okay.
and we're going to do this. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So, let me see. I need to figure out how to go to the next one. Without this is fun, because it's not letting us go to the next question. But I can go to the next question. I'm gonna stop the share and go to the next question. What happened to my? It's over here. Okay. The next question: retired NFL player Michael Oher filed a court petition alleging a movie about his life was based on lies. What's the movie? A, Gridiron Gang. B, The Blind Side. C, Invincible. D, American Underdog.
Oh, you want us to answer? It's
Oh,
The
you guys
Blind
write
Side.
your answers down, and I should make y'all put it up like this, but okay, anyway. Just
I
write
said
your
The
answers.
Blind Side.
Okay.
Mhm.
We shall see. Next question. Which iconic candy brand is being sold in a $700 million deal? A, York Peppermint Patties. B, Fruities. C, Bazooka Gum. D, Pixie Sticks.
York Peppermint Patties. I hadn't heard that one.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with this one, so I'm just going to guess.
Okay. Barbie is now Warner Brothers' highest grossing domestic release. What film previously held the top spot for the studio?
What studio is this again?
Warner Brothers.
Warner Brothers. Batman?
So A, Dark Knight.
Oh.
B, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. C, Aquaman. D, Joker.
I say
You guys will get points. Y'all will get points for this.
the Batman one. The Dark Knight. Batman, the Dark Knight.
Okay, write your answers down and we are going to check at the end of this. Okay. This week, a viral anthem by Oliver Anthony reached #1 on the Spotify Top 50 chart in the US. What's the song called? A, Ain't Got a Dollar. B, Rich Men North of Richmond. C, Faster Car. D, Appalachia Rising.
Good morning. Good morning.
I say D. Just a guess.
Would you say those again, please?
Ain't Got a Dollar.
Ain't Got a Dollar.
Richmond North of Richmond.
Okay.
Faster Car. Appalachia Rising.
I'll say D, the last one. I have no idea.
Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. And the answers are Montana State Court ruled in favor of the climate activists. So it is Montana.
I wanted to say that, but I was thinking Oregon. I don't know why.
No, I was thinking Montana. Hi, I want to welcome Dr. Tachi and Talina over here on the Clubhouse.
Oh, did they answer?
Quiz. I don't see
no, they didn't answer. Okay. So who got Montana right?
I did.
You did?
Mm-hmm. D, Montana.
Okay, so Terry got one right. Mm-hmm. Okay, Michael Orr was the subject of The Blind Side.
Mm-hmm. I said that.
Okay, D. Who else? Two people got that right?
Yes.
Okay, Terry's got 2. TJ's got 1. Okay, Bazooka Gum is being sold in a $700 million deal.
Wow.
Anybody get that?
No.
Okay.
And I used to love it as a kid though, with the little the comics
with the comics
in it. Yeah,
exactly.
But the bubble gum didn't last though. But
no, you threw that out real quick.
Yeah, it didn't last long. It had no. It was like chew, spit out. It had no flavor.
Right.
Good morning, Dr. Tachi. Can you hear me over on the Clubhouse?
Okay, and then
okay, I'm gonna turn them up.
Okay.
Okay, and Barbie topped The Dark Knight.
Oh, okay.
I said that.
Yep. So TJ got 2, and Terralina has 2. 2 and 2. And then the last question, Anthony's song is Richmond, North of Richmond.
Yeah. I didn't get that. We're taking a quiz over here on BizChicks Tech Diva with Francine, and we are not doing well, guys.
So, TJ, did you get that one?
Yeah. We were taking a quiz.
No.
Oh, it says I have a poor connection. Hold on. Is that better, Dr. Pachi?
Okay. All right. So there's a tie between TJ and Terry and TJ are tied. And we will see who will break the tie next week when we do some more quizzes.
Sounds good. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
I want to thank everybody for listening over here for this week in tech history with Francine. Thank you, Francine. Yeah, we know you have to go, so we're going to give you a adios. And I just want to share one little, what would you call it? Human interest story here that I saw this morning on Good Morning America. And so I'm going to run that video because it's talking about, we're all talking about exercise and doing better. And there seems to be a trend over here on TikTok called cozy cardio. Did you hear about that?
No.
Cozy cardio, Doc.
You mean lazy cardio? But go ahead.
And I want to share this little video because I thought it was kind of weird when I heard the title. And so I wanted to see what it was about. And I'm going to, let me get this on full screen here. And you can hear them talking about it. They'll introduce it. And then they'll show a couple of exercises from one of the TikTok folks that are actually doing this cardio thing in a cozy way.
The new workout trend that's going viral on TikTok, it's called cozy cardio. Yes, those two words go together, and the concept has gotten millions of views and likes online. Will Gans, the one and only, joins us to tell us all about it. What is going on over there, Will?
A lot is going on, Eva. The first step of cozy cardio, get cozy. For me, that means being on a treadmill in a robe on national television. But cozy looks different for everyone. We looked into the trend that has millions of people working up a sweat in their living room, surrounded by mood lighting, candles, and their favorite shows. For so many of us, the gym intimidation is real.
Why cardio? Yeah, no, don't put me down for cardio.
That's where cozy cardio comes in.
I warm up on 3 for a little while I find something to watch.
Whatever cozy means to you, that's how you set up your environment, and then you exercise in a way that makes your body feel good.
Hope Zuckerbrow has racked up more than 32 million likes in sharing her cozy cardio concept on TikTok.
It doesn't have to be punishment, but it can be a form of meditational self-love.
And for the fitness perspective,
To me, it's anything that doesn't really put your body in that flight or fight that you get in here. Baby steps. Like at the end of the day, you start moving.
Barry's instructor Ianthe Mellors letting us crash her custom cozy cardio sesh. Any tips before we start our own cozy cardio session?
Yeah, you should probably take off that robe.
First up, sofa squats.
So this first one, we're just going to sit down and then stand up. And this is perfect if you have that gym intimidation.
Because once you get to a gym, this might turn into
A squat.
Next, coffee table skaters.
And you're going to use the opposite hand to tap the opposite side. It's only safe for like a millisecond. So this is what you're going to do.
And finally,
Your hips are going to be nice and high. Now put the weight in your hands a lot more. Squeeze your bum and then tap opposite hand to opposite knee. It looks easier than it is. And then switch.
but don't forget, it's called cozy cardio for a reason. All right, I feel good about the cardio part. How about you?
Yeah, same.
Cardio check. All right, let's do the cozy now. Are you a GMA fan?
Oh, you know I am.
Good answer. Okay, so Hope Zuckerbrow, the content creator behind Cozy Cardio, has lost 100 pounds since starting her own wellness journey, but she says Cozy Cardio has never been about weight loss. It's all about moving your body in a way that feels good for you and allows you to build your confidence along the way.
Whew. You look like you were sweating.
It is. It's a workout. It's cardio, but it's cozy.
Thanks, Will.
Wow. I think you're mute. You're on mute.
I am muted. I am not so sure about this whole connection between cardio and
That's a fad.
cozy. You know, yeah.
That's a fad. That's not lasting.
I don't think it's going to be around long because the first thing I'm going to do is eventually, once I do one or two, I'm going to sit down on the couch. It's over then, especially if I have my coffee or my tea in my hand. It's over.
That's just I just
What do you think?
enjoy while it lasts.
What?
You know, there's a different mindset that comes with exercise than comes with relaxation. And when you try to mesh the two, and maybe some people need this, so I'm not going to knock it.
Can you turn? I can't.
Can you hear her? Okay, she says mindset is everything.
Can you just put it to the mic? Your mic. The
Okay.
speaker.
All right.
Can you hear me now, TJ?
Yeah, that's a low. It's very low.
And I'm looking. Do I have it next to the speaker? I've got the. Okay.
No. Hold you have the phone. Hold the phone speaker to the mic, to your mic.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, I'll keep talking.
That's better. That's much better.
Okay. It was the direction I was holding.
It's all a learning process with tech. No problem. So I was saying that the mindset of working out and exercising is different from the mindset of being on the couch. Now, for her, maybe that worked because she needed to feel a particular way in order to work out. And there are some that would be the case. But I posit this. Everything is not going to be cozy or fun or easy. The better thing is to find types of exercise that you actually enjoy so that you'll stick to it instead of let me do this from the couch.
Especially with candles and
So Dr. Todd, do you think this is a part of that soft life trend? Remember, I think we were talking about that before, and I was trying to figure out what it was. This soft life trend that's going on. Soft life.
Soft life is more so related to Black people and not always feeling the need to struggle and suffer.
Okay.
So that soft life is more of that. But
Okay.
I guess someone could lump this in with soft life, but I call that lazy life. But I don't want to say that because this woman has
no, say it.
Well, the lady, go ahead and say it, Doc.
You have to do what works for you.
Right?
Yes. But I don't know if that could be if it's a fad or a trend. But I don't know if it's a bigger trend that will have lasting results.
It's not gonna last.
It's not. Maybe she's not saying everything. Maybe she's on the cut. Okay, so I tore my ACL in 2015, right? Mm-hmm. And of course, gym rat me. That was not a great thing. I was like, damn it. But I knew that I needed to find a way to work out because it's very easy to get unhealthy when you're not able to work out. Yes. And then my doctors were like, well, we want you to start riding a bike again. So when after I was able to just kind of use one crutch or just hobble a little bit, I went back to the gym. But in the interim, what I did was seated exercises. So I found some videos on YouTube that allowed me to sit in a chair and do exercises using, making sure I was working the upper body, being very careful with the left knee, but still working out the other leg. So I think that's a different case than somebody who you just want to be on the couch with candles. Candles are not conducive to this mindset. That's what I'll say.
Yes, and I think sometimes when we reframe things, depending on how we're looking at it, sometimes it makes it easier for us to get that thing done. And I think this is a form of that, Dr. Tachi, of reframing it. So you sort of tricking your mind. You know what I mean?
Right. No, and I get it. Sometimes you have to, the whole spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down. Absolutely, yes. But then it's like if you don't like that type of exercise, why not find something you do? If you like walking, then do that. If you like swimming or hiking, then do that. Instead of forcing yourself to do it and then tricking yourself into thinking, this is fun and great because now I've turned on candles. Now I'm listening to smooth jazz. Come on. Because then you're also may not get the full benefit of it. Because, again, the relaxation mindset is I want to relax. Are you really working your muscles to exhaustion, which is really what it takes for change? No. I'll be quiet.
Well, I'm with you. I think since she lost 100 pounds, it evidently works for her. And maybe I'm with you. I think there's something else going on, like a change in diet. People sometimes leave that little stuff out, the important stuff that really made the major change. Okay, to hoodwink us into thinking this is all we have to do is press button A, when really what it was that and a lifestyle change.
The devil is a liar.
Exactly. Okay, so with that, I'm going to turn you over to TJ.
All right, hold on.
I
got a lot of street noise.
I went excitement over there.
I went to get up. There's garbage. The big garbage truck is out there doing something, and now the NYPD is coming by. So I was like, "What is going on today?" Usually it's nice and quiet, but today, tons of noise. I apologize, and I was like, it's irritating to me. So that's why I went up to see. I got up to see what was going on. So I'm like, what are they doing?
But TJ, that's a normal day in New York City. You just are immune to it because you hear it all the time. But you're aware of it now because we're on air and other people are hearing it.
That's true, Dr. Taji. But for some reason, there's the garbage truck does not park in front of my apartment like this. Like they're parked, they're doing something that's unusual. But I usually hear noise, but it's like far away. This one is like right in front of the window. I'm like, what is going on? Because that's unusual. So
Exactly.
that's what's bothering me. But the other stuff doesn't bother me.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Okay, guys. All right, let me get my notes together.
Okay.
And we are ready. Yes, we have the notes. I have the notes.
We got the notes this week. That's
I
good.
have the notes.
This is
Okay,
good.
where do I want to start? I usually start with like I call it obscure, but one that's not really popular with us.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, here we go. So this week on social media news and updates, I will try to ignore the crunchy sound from the garbage truck.
Oh, we can't hear
Tumblr.
it. We can't hear it.
You can't hear it. It's very loud for me.
Yeah.
Tumblr.
Okay.
Let's talk about Tumblr. So Tumblr is
Tumblr.
Tumblr.
We haven't heard from them since the war. Go ahead.
Who would have thought? Is Tumblr still around? Yes.
Wow.
It was bought. I think Verizon bought them, or somebody bought them a while back, and for a big amount of money, and then it's not worth anything really now, but it's still around. People who use Tumblr love it. So let's talk about them. Tumblr is rolling out a new web interface, and they're saying it looks like a lot like X. So if you don't remember, X is formerly Twitter, right?
Yes.
So Tumblr is rolling out a new look for its web browser after testing it with select users over the past month. The new navigation interface looks a lot like X as it brings the platform's navigation bar to the left. The new look also brings the compose button to the bottom of the screen, which is where the compose button is located on X. So if you've used Tumblr, you know what that is. I don't really use it, so I'm like, I don't really care where the buttons are. And I just tapped something. Okay, why am I tapping stuff? Okay, so they're saying Tumblr saw an uptick in new users after Elon Musk took over Twitter last November. Remember all that? So they're saying that at the time that Musk took over at X, whatever they're calling themselves, they had Tumblr had a 58% increase in iOS app downloads and a 57% increase for Android users in that time, that week in November. And they're saying that so basically there's a bunch of numbers here saying that Twitter usage and downloads went up after X, Twitter, whatever, was bought by that man. So they're doing some things. Twitter is doing some things like all of the other apps are doing things to entice users who are slowly trickling away from X. There was some, I said I wasn't going to report on X anymore, but there's one story I'm going to bring up, and we'll bring that up in a minute. But this is what's happening. So Tumblr is spending, also Tumblr's not making that much money because I think they're spending more than 30 million. Thank you. They're spending more than 30 million more than it makes each year. So Tumblr has really not been profitable. Oh, here it is. So Tumblr was founded in 2007. Yahoo bought Tumblr for $1 billion in 2013, and then a WordPress, the company that owns WordPress called Automatic, bought Tumblr for $3 million in 2019. So they're saying although Tumblr has a loyal base of users, the platform has struggled to grow. Since they had they did a big porn ban a few years ago because Tumblr had a lot of porn on it, and the Tumblr users were happy with it. And then Tumblr was like, no, you can't put that stuff here. So they banned all of that, and people got upset. But there's a small core users of Tumblr, and they are hanging on to it, just like some people still hanging on to X. I don't know why, but that's what's going on with Tumblr. Does anybody use Tumblr?
I never used Tumblr. I think I only looked at it because we were reporting about it.
Right. Okay. Not a problem. All right, there's a couple of new apps. Let's talk about one called Catch Up. CATCHUP. Catch Up. Catch Up is a simple app for reminding yourself to check in with friends and loved ones.
Oh.
So the founder of Catch Up, Chris Lee, says the idea was inspired by an issue he's had his whole adult life. He often forgets to stay in touch with friends and family as he prioritizes immediate demands on his time over his long-term commitments. Here's a quote from the founder. I have friends and family who live elsewhere. I find that months and even years will go by without us talking. It wasn't that I don't value them. These people matter to me dearly, but I realize I don't naturally remember to stay in touch. And he keeps rambling about that. So basically, this new app called Catch Up came out of his idea because he had found it difficult to catch up and stay current with his friends. Isn't that what Facebook is for?
I was going to say that, but I didn't want to go there. Friends and family, right?
Listen, if he can make an app and get people to use it and make money, all well and good to have. But I'm like, this is Facebook. Catching up with friends and families?
Well, you know what the problem is? The problem is that Facebook has gotten so convoluted that there might actually be a space for this.
Could be.
You know what I mean? Because a lot of times people who come back, they don't use it often. They come back, they don't know where anything is.
See, but this app is going to be super, super niche because not a lot of people are going to download it because one, we have app fatigue, and two, I can catch up with people on Facebook.
Or FaceTime or somewhere else.
You know or what are the Messenger, FaceTime, WhatsApp, name it. You name it.
And I can see them in person, live and in
that
color.
Too, in IRL. So good luck to this man, but I don't see this app taking off. So we'll see.
Yeah, and I think I got a meme from my 9-year-old granddaughter this morning talking about good morning. You know, she's
what did it say? Describe what was it?
She just said good morning. It had a little meme of her.
Yeah. Oh, it was her.
Yeah.
What app was this? WhatsApp or
she just texted me on her.
Oh, text it. Okay, so this is iOS Messenger.
Yeah, probably from her iPad because she doesn't have a phone. So she probably texted me from her iPad this morning.
Okay, and Francine has a comment.
Let's see here. Francine says, "Won't the reminder app do the same thing?"
Thank you. You already have an app. You already Google will do this. This is why I love the Google app. It's the Simple G app. It has everything in there. If you have an iPhone, you can use Reminder. If you have the A person, the A lady, you put an app on your phone, and there's tons of apps already. So that's why I said this one is kind of super, super niche. Maybe him and his friends and his family are using it, but I don't see anybody downloading this thing. So good luck to this man. That's all I gotta say.
Good luck. Energy out in the air for him. Yay.
Good luck to this man. That's a meme.
Maybe he missed the whole Facebook thing. Maybe
the Kiki Palmer meme. Good luck. Sorry to this man.
I got it right away.
Okay. So yeah, because memes, there's popular memes and some come and go, and then you got, if you use it, you got to explain it. All right. So another new app is called Series. SERIES. Series.
Like in baseball.
Like a baseball series, the World Series, blah, blah, blah. TV, that series. So this is a photo layout app and makes it easy to post your panoramas to Threads. Now, a panorama is when you take the picture and you scan it, and it takes one of those long panoramic view pictures that's wider than the normal size. But you take your phone and you scan an area, it takes a long picture. Well, this Series app is a photo layout app that can chop up photos and make collages and different things like that. So, but it does a special sizing for Threads. So if you use Threads, you can put photos and images on, and it turns into a carousel. So that's what it really does. It turns a panoramic image, just one big image of a scene, into several different photos, and you can go through it on Threads like a carousel.
Interesting.
So Series is an iOS photo app that helps you lay out your photos in creative ways for posting on social media. And now it has an option to create these photo carousels on Threads, and it's just on Threads. Now, the app does photo layouts for social media, but they added a little section for Threads.
Okay, hold on. Dr. Tachi had something she wanted to add.
Yeah, no, I had a question. So I didn't know, first of all, I didn't know you could put carousels on Threads, much less, or can you not do it natively?
With this, only with this app. This app will, it's a panoramic picture that you take, not a regular photo, a panoramic photo. And it's chopped.
Scroll through. Okay.
Yes,
and it chops it up. So when you scroll through, you see the whole scene, but it's chopped into 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, however many you chop it up into.
Sections.
But the series app is a photo layout outside of that. They're just adding the option for Threads because it's new. So this app. So let me tell you a little bit more about the app. So that this guy created series as a tool that could design for the Instagram carousel and other social media, including TikTok. The app offers a variety of tools to mix photos and videos together, as well as other features like easy to use margin and edge control and different things. You can make is it diptychs and triptychs? You know, the 3 photos that are similar. So it has the option to post carousels and more. So what it is that you can make carousels and other things for Instagram in this series app, but they've added this new feature that's only specific to Threads. Now I haven't tested it out because I've seen on Threads, I've seen posts where people have photo carousels and you just flick through. But they're one scene. This one takes a whole panoramic photo and chops it up into several images. So now this option for Threads is under the subscription part of it. There's a free part on series, and there's a series plus that you pay $15 per year. It's a package.
Oh, that's not bad.
You get other options. So $15 a year is not that bad if this is the thing that you want, because it does more than the carousels. It does a lot more. So there's a whole list of things that it does, and I think it's worthwhile if you want to use it. The $15 might be of value. So let me tell you, here's a couple things that when you get the subscription, this is what happens. You have the ability to import and lay out more than 2 photos or videos at a time. The ability to split content over more than 3 panels for Instagram carousels or Threads. High resolution export video up to 60 seconds long. Ability to preview Instagram posts or stories before exporting. And custom templates and some other power tools. So this is what I'm saying. If you use Instagram a lot and you do a lot of carousels and a lot of stories outside of Instagram app, like you don't create it inside, you might want to get this app if you don't already have one that allows you to make those kind of things. So, but that's what's going on. So there is the guy did put up an example, but I think I lost it. Oh, here. Let me see. Let me see if I can get it to. Yes. Let me see if I can get it to go to. Let me see if I'm going to see if I can bring it up so we can see. I don't know how it's going to work because this is Threads on the browser, which works differently from the mobile app. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It works. So let me show it to you. I have to grab it with the mouse. So let's get a little and we'll describe it for
Clubhouse.
Yeah, for Clubhouse. So let me make sure I got here. Yes. Okay. Can you see that? Does it need to be bigger?
It needs
Okay, let me zoom it.
A little bigger.
Yeah, I'll zoom.
Okay.
That's good?
Yes, that's good.
Okay, let me go back. So this is the person, I guess the person that wrote the story for, I think it was TechCrunch. So he posted on Threads, experimenting with posting images, different aspect ratios and splitting them 16 to 9 ratio times 3 looks pretty great when you're clicking in full screen. So when you're on a mobile app, you can flick through
I
You
see.
see, it's like a carousel, but it's a
Yes.
photo, and you see it's a panoramic view of a beach.
Mm-hmm.
And he did the whole scan where you see a lot of the beach and the ocean, but you can't post that as it is. It would be squished. So this app lets you chop it up
So
into
that you can see the
three.
you can
Right.
see the pier and the dock and the beach.
Yeah, and you scan through. So it's pretty cool on mobile, and desktop is kind of just weird because I'm taking the mouse and moving it. But when you're on the phone, you just you scroll through like a carousel. I thought it was pretty cool. So that's the series app.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let me get back. There we go.
Yeah.
So that's series.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see. So download it, see if you like. It's I think it's iOS only. That's what it
Oh,
says.
okay.
So we'll see. That's series. Okay, so Pinterest. A little bit about Pinterest. Amazon sponsored product ads is going to appear on Pinterest, BuzzFeed, and other sites. So Amazon is creating a way to connect and put their product ads on Pinterest and other sites. So just take a look. When you're on those sites, you'll see them. All right, Snapchat, my AI goes rogue.
Yes.
You heard that one?
Yes.
All right,
Go
so
ahead. Tell me about it.
my AI is Snapchat's AI assistant inside of the app.
Mm-hmm.
And it's my AI, so it does all those AI things. You put in a prompt, and it does the things that you want, and everybody likes it. But it was a glitch where my AI posted a story by itself on people's phone, and they were freaking out. So what happened? Snapchat users were alarmed on Tuesday night when the platform's artificial intelligence chatbot posted a live update to its profile and stopped responding to the messages. So my AI typically offers recommendations, answers questions, and you can talk to it like regular, regular AI assistant. But what they did was it posted a live story, like the app just did it by itself. And people were like, what's going on? Why is this on my story? And so they're saying Snapchat is saying that it was just a glitch.
Yeah,
Here's the quote. Yeah, they said it was a glitch. Here's the quote. My AI experienced a temporary outage that's now resolved. So they're saying it was just a little glitch. But people are a little freaked out about it because I think it took like a picture of the ceiling or something.
Yes.
Posted.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, there you go. That's what's going on with Snapchat. So people were thinking that, it has a mind and it's thinking. It's not. It's just a glitch in the app that opened the My AI and it took a photo. So
okay.
Yeah. So that's what's going on with Snapchat. Now I think I have one more before we get to like the main ones. Do I have it? Yes, Telegram. We talked about Telegram a few weeks ago that they were looking to test a story feature. Stories is the little circle at the top of each app, and when you tap it, you see like a 15-second, 30-second little story, and it only lasts 24 hours. So Telegram is saying everybody has access to Telegram stories because it launched a few weeks ago as a premium feature, which means you had to pay. Now they're putting it out to everybody for free. So if you use Telegram, it's there.
This should be interesting since one of the main features of Telegram is autonomy.
Right. Well, there's the encryption.
Yeah, now we're taking pictures. Okay. Interesting. Okay. I can't wait to see that.
Okay, and now they do have a Telegram does have a stealth mode that erases the views from anything watched for 5 minutes before and the next 25 minutes after. That feature is still a premium feature, so they have something that wipes it, wipes the views. So that's what's going on with Telegram.
Interesting.
Oh, one more from unusual apps we don't talk about. Opera. Does anybody know what opera is? Aside from the fat lady singing and the soprano singing. Anybody know opera? Opera's a browser like Chrome, Chrome, and yeah. So if you're familiar with Opera's iOS web browser has now an AI assistant in it. I'm not sure about the desktop one because I do have Opera. I rarely use it, but I do have it, so I'm pretty sure it's on the desktop. But they are announcing that it's on the iOS web browser. So they're saying Opera for iOS will now include Aria, its browser AI product built in collaboration with OpenAI, integrated directly into the web browser, and is free for all. So here's another, if you want to, use a chat GPT or an AI assistant, and you don't want to pay, get the Opera browser, but this is iOS only for now, and then you will have access to it for free. Yeah, so they're saying it is available on the it launched on the Opera for desktop, and it's already on Android. Okay, so it's already on Android. It seems like iOS was the last one that added it. So they're saying that Aria is available across all major platforms, including Mac, Windows, Linux, Android, and now iOS. So you using Aria is opt in. You don't have to use it. So you opt into using the AI assistant. After you opt in, Aria will provide various intelligent insights and ideas and responsive voice commands. Users will also have to log into their Opera account to use Aria. If they don't have one, they can create an account from the app.
Okay.
So
she has a question.
Okay, go ahead.
So, how does Aria compare to the other AI assistants?
I'm not sure because I haven't used it. I haven't tested it on the desktop or the mobile phone, but I will after this. So what they're saying is that it has a chatbot-like interface, so you can ask it questions and receive responses. As an alternative to searching the web for answers, the AI is available from the More menu in the app, and on the desktop it's probably on the menu. You can also speak your questions to Aria by tapping the microphone button instead of typing. So that's what they're saying here, and they're saying that after they put it on the desktop and Android, they had 1 million users last month of this AI.
Okay.
So I have not tried it. I will try it. It is free. So they're saying Opera for iOS is a free download and includes other helpful features like built-in ad blocking, a free VPN, tracking prevention, a crypto wallet, private browsing support, and more. So Opera's a great browser. It's just that I just default to Chrome, and I've had it on the computer for a long time. So I'm familiar with Opera. I just did not use it on mobile because I use other tools. I gravitate toward Google. That's the first thing that I open. When I want to search, I go to Google. If I want to ask it something, I go to Google because I'm in the Google lab, so I have all of that stuff. But Opera's a good browser to, alternative browser if you want to use it. And so now they've got the AI assistant in it, so they, is to get more people to use it.
Okay.
So I have not tested it. I will, and we will probably talk about this.
It's been a while since we talked about Opera.
Yeah, it's been around for a while. The browser on the computer. I'm not sure about the mobile app. I didn't even knew they had a mobile app, to tell you the truth. They probably had it for a while. But I have not used Opera in a while just because I default to Chrome. And a lot of people default to Chrome. Not to say that Chrome is perfect. I'm just saying that that's, you just mindlessly whatever.
It's a matter of convenience.
Yes. What's that?
I have a question about Opera. It's been forever since I used it. In fact, I think it was when I had my other computer that I used it. And I do remember at one time, Opera was, if I'm not mistaken, it used to come on a CD-ROM, and you used to install it. So it's been a while that Opera has been out. But I think the thing with browsers are that there are so many applications that are browser based. Like, okay, all of us live stream using StreamYard, as one of our things. it really only works with either Safari or Google. And so I think that because so many applications tend to work with Google,
What happened?
is the
Oh,
default. Oh, did we lose?
No,
No, go ahead.
Oh, that is the default. So it's you're hard pressed. Oh, and it works with Firefox. My mistake. But you're hard pressed to use other browsers because you're not sure.
Sorry, I'm sorry, I'm clicking on the wrong thing.
It's okay.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
She's changing the views over here.
So you're hard pressed to use the other things because you don't know if it's going to work with the applications that you use on a regular basis.
Ah, okay.
I'm trying to get us back to, there we go.
Oh, I could.
I was opening the Opera. I haven't used it in a long time, so I was looking for the assistant. I don't see it. Hold on. I don't see it.
Maybe you can just call the assistant up.
I see something that says AI prompts. Let me see if I can get it to come back. Hold on. Just, I got so many windows open. Too many windows open. Share screen. Okay, hold on. How's that? Can you see that?
Yes, we can see a
But
map.
see, why does it flip? It flips me over to, there we go.
Side, yeah.
All right, so there we go. Okay, there was a menu bar over here, but things are popping up. I don't know what's what.
Okay. Let me see if I can get this on full screen.
Okay, set. I don't want to set it as a default browser. Why is it? Okay, so there is, hold on, a couple things. I don't know. Here it is. AI prompts.
Okay.
So it says early access AI prompt. I don't see.
Maybe we don't have early access.
Okay, there it is. It says something about early access.
Okay, let's see.
All right, it's a bunch of stuff, so I'm not sure. We'll look at that later.
Okay. All righty, Daddy.
All right. Okay, so let's get back to the news. Now, Opera was one, so we're done with that. Catch up. Let's look at Snapchat. We did that. WhatsApp will let users send HD photos. So they're saying they're going to let you use HD photos. So a new WhatsApp feature allows users to send higher quality images, and it will do the same thing for video.
Oh, okay.
So they're doing an upgrade through the message app. And Mark Zuckerberg says that the feature will allow users to preserve the high-end resolution of the photos they share with friends and family. It was previously in beta testing with select users. So they are doing they were doing it during the beta test, but it's going to be available. So to access the new feature, you'll need to first update your app to the latest release. After doing so, you'll notice a new HD button at the top of the photo sharing screen next to the other image editing tools like rotate and adding text and stickers to the photo. When you tap on the HD button, a new pop-up will appear that allows you to select the photo quality. By default, standard quality is selected. WhatsApp said this choice was made to ensure that sharing photos remains fast and reliable. But now you can opt to check HD quality instead to preserve the photo's high def version. After sending the photo, the recipient will see the photo, which now has an HD label, appear in the bottom left corner, alerting them that you shared a higher quality image. All photos are protected via WhatsApp end-to-end encryption. So that's what's going on. So they're going to do HD photos and HD videos. So that is coming to WhatsApp. Now let's talk about Instagram. So, we talked about Threads. So Threads app has the latest update gives more prominence to repost. Now there was a big discussion about this on Threads because they were like, should it be called repost or rethreads? I was like, okay, well, what difference? Apples and oranges.
You know.
But now, so they're what they're doing is they're going to put this dedicated repost tab on the profile page, so people can quickly scan through all reposts by a user. These are one of the things I'm like, why are you asking for this when we should have other things? Like there should be the web version should be coming out instead of doing this. But
people got their own ways of doing things.
right. So that is Threads. Also with Meta. Meta is warning group admins to maintain activity or they'll be replaced. So Facebook has been notifying some group admins that they need to be more active in moderating their groups, or Facebook will assign another group member to the job instead.
Whoa.
Yeah, so they're saying Facebook is saying the admins you need to pay more attention to the group, or we'll find somebody else to make them admin. I guess from within the group.
How are they going to decide that?
How dare they?
Is that ugly? That is ugly, girl.
Yeah. So go ahead.
So you
just gonna take my group,
which they are somehow monetizing off of. They never do anything for free. So they are somehow monetizing off of you and have the real digital audacity to say if you are not as active
as they want you,
that they'll appoint someone. You don't appoint anybody. Now, I can see them saying, because of server space, etc., that if it is not an act, like if the group is inactive completely, that it will be disbanded. Like, for example, Meetup.com does that. That, after a while, if there's nothing, it will just be, go away unless somebody else steps up. But you can't appoint someone. How dare you?
Evidently, you can. I didn't say it was pretty. I just wow. That's like having a group and somebody else decides they want a new president and they appoint one.
Can I go back for a minute? Sorry.
Yeah.
Opay, who was in here. Hey, Opay. It is so good to see you.
Hi.
She's an amazing AI artist.
Oh, wow.
And AI designer as well. And she's a stylist and designer. So follow her if you're not. But she had something in the chat, and she said it should be called Rethreads.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what the discussion was. It should be called rethread, but in the article, I believe it was The Verge, they were saying, "Oh, it's called repost." I'm like, why? I don't know, but there's a whole big discussion. I'm like, I don't have time for that to decide who does what. That's just too much. Wow. So there's a big discussion because they got into argument about you say retweet on Twitter X, whatever it's called, so you can't say that on Threads. I'm like, what? Girl, I don't know. They're getting into discussions, and I'm like, that's crazy. I don't really care. Just make sure the app works and does what it's supposed to do. Who cares what it's called? But here, let's get back to this group thing because there's a quote. So they're saying if a group has no admins, Facebook may suggest that some members become an admin based on many signals. Signals include their current level of participation and whether they are an admin of any other Facebook groups. Okay. Facebook may also archive the group if there are no admins for a while.
Okay.
So that's what they're going to do. They're looking at activity. Like if someone in the group is a high level activity, but they're not an admin, and then the real admin doesn't do anything, they're going to give the job to that high activity, high level person in the group when they weren't an admin before. That's what I'm getting from this.
Okay. Well, I mean, I can see what they're trying to do. I don't know. Well, yeah, I don't know if it's done. Again, I'm using the meetup.com thing where they have like admins, and then if a person steps down and nobody steps up, then that group gets, like you said, archived or disbanded. So I can understand that, but I don't know about appointing somebody else because they're active. Maybe they don't want the job.
For real.
I don't know. So Meta's saying that I guess they're saying that they're the overlord. Well, they are the overlord, and they control what happens on their platform, and they're looking at activity. So if you're not being active in a group and you're the admin, they're gonna give you a warning first.
Okay.
And then take over.
Will it be a bot that takes it? No.
I mean, you're on the right track because AI is who's got time to check all the groups? Well, they've got AI checking a bunch of things.
Exactly.
So this is it. So it's a warning if you have a group to make sure you're posting, I guess. I don't know. It's not really clear to me.
Make sure there's some human participation.
Right, because in the group, they're saying whoever has the highest level of activity, whether they're an admin or not, may get the job.
Well, basically, they're giving their group to someone else.
Right, access to the group. So we'll see. I mean, we'll see how this pans out. We'll see how that pans out.
Control of your group if you don't show up.
Right, that's basically it. Okay, so TikTok. This is actually local to me. It says New York City officially bans TikTok and all government devices.
Mm-hmm.
So they're joining other government agencies and places and things saying you cannot have TikTok installed on a government-owned device, citing security concerns that could be associated with the app. The New York City Hall spokesman said that agencies must remove the popular short-form video sharing app from all government devices within the next 30 days. City employees will begin to lose access to the TikTok app and its website from all city-owned devices and network.
Okay.
Here's the quote. Let me give you the quote first.
Yeah.
While social media is great at connecting New Yorkers with one another and the city, we have to ensure we're always using these platforms in a secure manner. Okay.
Here's my comment. Why are you on TikTok on a government phone? On a company issued phone from the government. You know we don't play that. What you doing with any kind of app on a government phone? Who said that was okay? Ever.
They're doing it.
You know, you wouldn't try that in California. I'm telling you.
They were doing it. They were doing it. So
so
now they put the hammer down.
Fired.
They put the hammer down and said, no more. You can't use it on the government app. Yeah. So
that's really interesting. I'm surprised that they had that kind of freedom to use a government instrument in that kind of way. You just be loading your own apps. Say what?
They're doing it. All right. So one more from Amazon. Amazon is asking creators to make videos for its TikTok like shopping feed at $25 a piece. Amazon says it will pay up to $12,500 for the creation of 500 videos that promote products for its new Inspire feed. That's the feed I think we mentioned it before that there was their videos to promote products on Amazon to buy. So they're saying that the response is that some influencers aren't impressed by this offer because it is kind of low.
Oh, okay.
So that's what Amazon is trying to use influencers to get their little Inspire feed inside of the app going. I don't know, Amazon. You might have to.
Can you say how much again they're paying per post?
Okay, so this is Amazon says it will pay up to $12,500 for the creation of 500 videos that promote products for this new Inspire feed.
So wait a minute, the fund to fund this is $12,500.
$12,500 for 500 videos.
So this is what they posted. This is their post. Limited time incentive. Earn up to 12,500 for 500 videos. Submit your content by 9/22, and it's under the Amazon Influencers Program. So that works out to be what, $25 a video?
Something like that.
So
Yeah.
what I'm trying to understand is this a fund that they have for creating this, or they're expecting one person to create 500 videos?
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna pull up the actual article because let me post it to.
That's a good question, Dr. Tachi.
Did it open? Yeah, it opened. So here we go.
Either way, it's rubbish, and I am an Amazon influencer, so there's no way that I would $25 per video, knowing the amount of work that goes into that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, can you see that? It says Amazon is adding a TikTok feed of. Okay, so that is the feed, but they must have posted it somewhere to where they want people to make the videos. And again, the response was $25 per video is not happening. So there's little detail here in the article. I think you have to go to Amazon Influencers.
Okay.
You're part of that. I guess the post is there. That's what I'm getting.
Back to you guys.
Yeah.
I'll get back
Okay.
to let you know what I found out. Because, well, here's the thing. You're already getting gruel and Oliver Twist size gruel for payment from Amazon anyway. Because it's, when you're in an Amazon Influencers program, you basically are doing, you get a percentage of your sales, but it then follows that things have to sell. So, of course, it gets better when you go live. But it's like, I go live on Amazon very rarely because I'm already going live so many other places. And really, when you go live, you're not supposed to, I can't just do a regurgitation. I just can't add that media scope to that. I could, but the point is to sell things, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want to turn your other live streams into the sales show. So you end up doing a separate stream altogether for Amazon. But do you sell? I mean, some of the big ones who really concentrate on Amazon, they do. Mm-hmm. But it's already, so my point is, you're already making poverty wages from Amazon, if even minimum wage, when you do sell. So now they want to continue the poverty by asking you to create content for $25.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then what I'm seeing is that this was an email sent to the Amazon influencers. So I don't think it was announced publicly, but the people that got the email was like, what the, and put it out on X. And so that's how the story broke. It's like, okay, 12,500 for 500 videos. I mean, I could see maybe one or two, but for 500, that's kind of crazy. So no, Amazon. And Amazon makes lots of money.
They do.
What do you make, $1 million a minute? I don't know what he makes. Something crazy like that.
At this point, well, they're now multi-billions, but they bounce into the trillions. It's a $50 billion company.
Right.
And you mean to tell me you have the digital audacity to say you're only going to pay 25? That to me just doesn't sit well.
See, it doesn't. You're right. This is peanuts compared to what you could do on your own. But see, I this attracts a lot of people that still see the social media making videos as that's how I make money, versus people like Mario and others that are teaching about brand sponsorship and even doing stuff on your own. That takes more work. So there's a lot of people who don't want to do a lot of work, but they want a lot of money for their little bit of effort. But you see, that's not happening, because remember when Snapchat had their Snapchat spotlight thing or whatever it was, was it $1 million a day or something?
Yeah, something crazy.
And they were like, wait a minute, we're losing too much money, so they kept cutting it back. And now it's like, that's not the way that you're going to make money as an influencer. with your videos. And I think like TikTok, they pay like a penny a view or something. I think we talked about that. So you have to look at the option of, okay, I'm not going to do that much work for $25. When I could do the same amount of work, 500 videos, I can start my own YouTube channel, start my own thing, and get affiliate money and sell my own products and all that stuff for the same amount of effort that I'm putting into that 500 videos for Amazon. That's how I see it. I mean, I don't know.
It makes sense.
I don't know. Okay, so let's move on to YouTube. YouTube Music has a TikTok like samples tab to help you find new music. So they're saying that finding new stuff to listen to is kind of difficult on TikTok. YouTube. So YouTube is borrowing ideas from TikTok. Like everybody borrows from TikTok. Everybody. So YouTube Music is trying out a new way to help you find something to listen to. It's called Samples. It occupies a new tab in the YouTube Music app. Does anybody use the YouTube Music app? I don't. No? No? Okay. So the company describes it as a seamless feed of short form video segments to get you to your new favorite music, which is just they're saying that's just TikTok. Samples is TikTok, except it's exclusively made up of snippets of music videos. And they're saying the samples feed is a personalized one. So when you open it, the app will attempt to provide you with a wide variety of music you might be into. If you find something you like, you can tap to play the song, watch the video, add it to a playlist, or even make a short with it as the soundtrack. So they're saying YouTube's advantage is that the only place you can do all those things is a single app. So YouTube is also, remember, they got podcasts in there. So YouTube is trying to go after everything audio with this samples tab and the YouTube Music app, which I don't use. I don't use. Okay. All right. So I have one more. It's about X. I said I wasn't going to report about them,
but is this about the advertisers?
What's that?
Is this about the advertisers?
Oh, no. It is it is about X is asking for your government ID, and I closed it. Oh, I wanted to show you what they were asking for.
Why do they need my government ID?
I wanted to show you the screen and I closed it. Oh my goodness. Let me see if I can find it.
Look in your history.
That's what I'm looking for. I wanted to show it on screen.
Yeah.
And oh boy, let me see if I can find it. Hold on, guys. So they're asking for your government ID.
Why are you looking for that? Oh, good. Okay.
Oh, I have it. Okay, is that it? Yes. That's it. Let me.
I'm intrigued.
I want you to see it. The post. Somebody put up the post. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Oh boy. All right. I'm trying to get. Oh, things are not opening the way I need them to open.
Well, I would be scared to give them anything.
Because I want to show you the screen itself.
Because some of the people who advertise with them have found that their ads are showing up with.
Yes, I heard of that too. The Nazi sites or something.
Yes. And some people say they didn't even buy an ad, and there's showing them next to their sites.
Right. Let me.
A little ticked about that.
Okay, hold on. Let me show you.
Bringing that up, I just wanted to mention that because can you imagine giving them your government ID and it's showing up next to something?
No.
Why would anybody trust X?
You know what I mean?
It's very puzzled.
All right, hold on.
No, because it's just he's so wonderful, and so stable.
All right, guys. Well, I got too many things open. Why are all these things open? I got so many windows. Sheesh. Who opened all of these windows? All right, here we go. I think I got it. I think this is it. And why does it keep popping up like that? All right, so let me zoom it in so you can see it.
And do you
Let
want
me
it on
zoom
solo?
I can zoom it. Is that good?
Yeah,
Can you see
that's good.
that?
Let's see.
Can you
Yeah.
see it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me get back. Let me get back to this. Okay, there we go. So it says ID verification. So they want your government issue ID, and they want you to take a selfie and photos of your ID.
So what is this for?
The ID verification system, they didn't really say, but there's a box that says I consent to X sharing images of my ID, including biometric data, personal data from my photo, my profile with auto ticks for the purpose of confirming my identity. I also consent to X storing my ID image, including biometric data for up to 30 days and using it and data from my profile for the purposes of safety and security, including preventing impersonation. And there's a start button. So I guess there's a process that you have to go through. Now, they're saying this is in the they're saying that this is in the Twitter blue, I keep saying Twitter, the blue thing that they had where you pay the
Okay.
$9 or whatever. I think
Yes.
that's a part of it, because people, when this first came out, people were saying you have to upload your government ID in order to use X at all.
Mm-hmm.
You know, without payment.
See,
But now they said it's it's behind it's for the premium users, I guess.
okay.
Folks behind
Well,
the picture.
premium users. Well, I'm just wondering what they need that for the verification, and I don't get.
Yeah, this is the reason why I don't like to talk about X, because everything is private. They release what they want. Nobody knows. There's nobody to ask. They're not a publicly traded company, so they can do whatever they want behind closed doors. It just seems that this people who are behind the closed doors are putting this information out. So this person was on X showing it, and they're saying that is to prevent bots.
Okay.
Oh.
That's what they're saying.
They want to know you're a live person.
There is no official PR for X, because Musk got rid of that. So when he announces something, he puts it on his Twitter account. There's no official PR release to the New York Times or Bloomberg. They don't do that. They don't do anything. But these things are stories that are coming out because there's people that are using it behind the paywall and behind the this and behind the that. They talk about things. So this is one of the things that was posted on X, and there was no real explanation for it, but there was something about an ID verification system. I guess if you are wanting to be a part of the premium services that what is it, $8, $9? I'm not sure. Because it's too confusing. There's too much going on. This guy gets to do what he wants, and Twitter really doesn't exist anymore. So
what's the point?
There you have it. Then you have it. But
here's the thing: couldn't you also be a bot and not use the premium program?
Yeah.
Okay, so what is the purpose of? There's something else there, because this is rubbish. There's something else you're doing with this, because if I can create a bot and still register for X, the fact that you're saying, well, we're trying to prevent bots, but that's only applicable to the premium program, is rubbish.
See, this is the thing. They're not saying anything. We don't know what's what. This is just information being shared by people using X. There's no official PR spokesman. There's no official anything, because this man owns it privately and he can say and do what he wants behind the curtain. So hiring the CEO, he doesn't let the CEO do her job. He overspeaks her or overtakes her or vetoes. It's too confusing. It's too much of a mess, and I really don't want to deal with it. But people want to stay with X because it's Elon Musk and he's such a genius. And I'm like, no, most of the ideas he's had, he's bought or taken from other people. And that's what a lot of them do. So I'm saying, if you want to follow the shenanigans of X and Elon Musk, Go right ahead. But to me, I'm like, they're in the rear view mirror. I'm not even, but I just wanted to show you this because this came up in one of my chats in Discord, and they were like, "Oh, I'm really leaving now." I was like, you should have deleted that app already. But this got people talking about, well, now he wants your government ID and a selfie with the ID and all this other stuff.
Mm.
So I don't know. It's confusing. There is no official word.
Okay, Elon.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay, yeah, let him. He's the captain of this ship, and it took off from the dock, but I'm not on it.
And he is taking it right into that iceberg.
Wow.
Yeah, he's gonna. Thank you. He's gonna hit that iceberg. All the people that on X going, oh, he's really gonna do something with it now. Oh, it's gonna be like the Weibo app in China. He wants your financial information and biometric. Did you all of that stuff they're asking for? And I'm gonna willy nilly give you my ID and willy nilly give you my financial and banking information? No,
I don't think so.
no.
Oh my gosh. Can you imagine?
No. So I mean that's what's going on with X. And like I said, I'm not I see these things because I'm looking at the news and I go, well, there's another black mark of a black X of not using it. Why you should not use it. But it's a free society. Everybody's welcome to use what they're using. I'm just saying, me personally, my opinion, I just stopped. I said last week I was going to stop talking about reporting the news on X because there's no way to verify it. It's not verifiable because he's the private owner of it and it's a private company. So they could do whatever they want on that ship that's leaving and hitting the iceberg like that. That's a great analogy. They're going to hit that iceberg. But people think he's the greatest thing ever, and I'm like, no. So that's it. That's what I have. This is a social media news update for the week.
Well, that was quite a bit in terms of the wonderfulness going on out there in social media. So let's have Dr. Tachi come and tell us what's going on. Doc, help us out because we need to be rescued right now.
I don't know if this news is going to rescue, so if you're looking for that, forget it. But good afternoon, everyone. I hope you all had a fantastic week. This has been quite a week for me. You know, I just have to say, shout out to Crash Champions. Somebody scratched my bumper. They were trying to pull into the space, and I was like, "Who's pushing my car from behind?" And it was a truck trying to get into a space.
Wow.
So anyway, their insurance took care because the side of the bumper was all scratched up. But I was like, well, you know what? These things happen. It is what it is. Don't even worry. Well, no, we're gonna take it. So they did, and so Crash Champions, it's just one side of the bumper, and I thought they were just gonna, do that one side. We did the whole bumper. I was like, well, thank you. So shout out to Crash Champions. Something nice came out of that. Because my back bumper, my car is 20 years old, and that back bumper looks like it's 20 years old.
Wow.
So thank you. Shout out Crash Champions. I actually should post something on social about that. I think
you should. You should do a little, in your stories or a reel.
I will.
Yeah.
I'll do that today because I appreciate them. So let's talk.
Don't forget to tag them.
Yes, I'm going to tag them. I don't even know. I would hope they have Instagram and stuff.
I hope they are.
I would hope. You cannot be a business in 2023 and not have that social presence. I mean,
thank you. Maybe they're on Facebook. Maybe you can tag if you do it on Facebook too. See if they're on Facebook. They gotta be on Facebook.
They probably are more than likely on Facebook and Instagram. So I will tag them on Facebook.
Yeah, don't forget to tag. Okay.
Well, I won't. Thank you. So shout out to Crash Champions.
And the location.
Yes, I'm going to definitely tell the location. Definitely.
Okay. No. Tag the location in Instagram. When you put the location under the.
Oh yeah. Drop it. Yes,
Yeah, so people know they can tap on it and they go right to the business if they're on Instagram. Okay, we're getting off. I'm sorry, we're getting off subject. Like,
oh, that's okay. Absolutely, absolutely. All right, so let's talk a little bit about Paramount. Now, this is why I always tell people: do not make things news until you know different.
Hold on, we're having trouble hearing you.
I'm about to talk about.
Go ahead.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, you were going in and out for a minute.
So,
You're fine now.
yeah, bring it a little closer to your computer, Tara.
so,
Hold on. Okay.
Yeah.
okay.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, good. Go. Good.
So you hear me?
Yeah, we hear
Hopefully
you.
you hear me quite well now.
Yes.
Okay, good. So Paramount has changed its mind about selling their majority stake in BET Media Group. Now, remember, this was the big story because there were so many people putting their hat in the ring, including Tyler Perry, including there were a bunch of people that were
Diddy wanted Diddy.
Yep, Diddy wanted to do it.
Byron Allen, right? Yeah.
Definitely Byron Allen. So Byron Allen, Diddy, Tyler Perry, there are a bunch of people that were looking to throw their hat. But people were quick to say, "Oh, Tyler Perry bought BET." No, where did you see that? Did you see that? And if you notice, we did not. There were very few outlets that reported that initially when that was happening. Very few, and it was always things like shade room and stuff. I was like, well, when the shade room is your primary source of news, you know something is wrong. So
exactly.
Paramount, now they're not doing it. They have changed their mind. So again, it was Tyler Perry, Shaquille O'Neal, P. Diddy. They had all expressed interest. And
you know what? Let me say something real quick to interrupt you. You know that was street news, right? That wasn't New York Times news or mainstream news. That was street news that reported that story.
You're very nice by saying street news. That was hood news. Okay?
That was, yeah. Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
It was hood news, and it was unverified. That's the thing. I don't mind street news. I don't mind hood news, but you need to do your due diligence and verify the source. All of this was hearsay. Now, again, it is true that they all expressed interest in it, but there was truth to the fact that any money had been exchanged. From the last thing that I remember reporting on was that they were still going back and forth with price.
Yes.
You know, they write the number on the table, they slide it to you, you cross it out, and you slide your number back. That's basically where we were with that. And I kept saying to people, all right, when I get an update, I will let you know. But right now, we are in the same state. Nobody owns it. So the company notified bidders 2 days ago on August 16th that they're ending the process as a sale would not result in, quote, any meaningful deleveraging of its balance sheet. So Viacom bought BET for $2.3 billion in 2000, which is quite a bit of money in 2000, right? And the bids weren't even surpassing $3 billion. So here's the thing. They wanted to give up their majority stake. They paid $2.3 billion. They're like, okay, we have to, for this to be worth it, it has to be at a certain threshold. But none of the bids surpassed $3 billion. So you basically haven't made any more than, $500 million above the original asking price. But if you ask me, that's good. But you're asking me, right? But if you talk to somebody that is a large media company, that's like just trying to get rid of it. They're not going to make anything off of it. So this includes, so it's a whole media unit. A lot of people were just saying BET, but it's not just BET. It includes BET, the channel, the streamer BET Plus, VH1 and BET Studios as well. Okay, that's what the whole thing would have included. Right. So here's what we're also not looking at, and you too, Paramount, are not looking at this because you're fooling yourself if you think that this thing is worth more than $3 billion. It was once the shining star. Remember when BET was the channel to watch?
Yes.
I remember very well when I first got to Howard University, the thing to do was to get your ticket so you could sit in a show at BET Studios because they were headquartered in DC at the time. So I remember very well sitting in the audience of Our Voices and getting to ask a question and then going home and people like, we saw you on BET.
Yeah, Our Voices, that was a great show.
Wonderful show. They had a lot of public affairs shows. They had Our Voices with Beth Smith. They had the news
Ed
with
Gordon.
They had 106th and Park with AJ Free. There were so many. They had Video Soul with Donnie Simpson and the other woman. I can't remember. But they had so many great programs. They really were interested in creating great programs that spoke to Black America. Then they got bought by Viacom, right? The level of programming progressively went down because Viacom was trying to do what they wanted to see with BET and not what the public wanted to see. So they peaked. Their viewership has fallen, right? And about a decade ago, like 2013, they had about 92 million subscribers. This at the end of 2022, it had fallen to 63 million. That's a significant drop. Drop.
That's a third.
There's a lot going on with that. First of all, there are many choices that we have as content consumers. Cord-cutting, right?
Yes.
Stiff streaming competition, right? That's another thing of it. So yeah, here's the thing. So anyway, they are not selling. They said it is not going to do anything. So let me give you, this is interesting because this is from Quartz, and they talk about Robert L. Johnson, who is the entrepreneur who founded BET in 1980. And that was really the beginning. Remember, 1980 was the beginning of the cable age with MTV debuting and all these video chats. That was the beginning of the cable age and alternatives to network television. So they started off with just 2 hours of programming on Friday night, and then they became a full-fledged channel by 1983. And it's interesting because they lost money.
Dexter Benson or Dex Benson.
What happened? Uh-oh.
I'm sorry, a call came in, and I thought go ahead. They start from where they lost money.
Yeah, so they lost money for 6 years. They were only getting 2 cents per subscriber in monthly fees. But major networks like TNT and USA were getting 10 times that. But then eventually BET became one of the most successful Black-owned businesses in history. And this sale of BET to Viacom made Johnson America's first Black billionaire. So when the money is wagging in front of your face, I guess you don't care what they do with the program. Anyway, so here's another thing people don't realize. Tyler Perry already owns a 25% stake in BET.
Yeah.
So he already owns a stake in BET. What he would have been doing would be purchasing the majority stake, which would give him quite a bit of control because he would have that 25% plus the controlling stake from Paramount had he purchased that.
Right.
Yes. So interesting. So I think a lot of people were interested in seeing this happen because they wanted a return to Black ownership. To be honest, we really don't have a lot of major media ownership. Outside of Byron Allen and Tyler Perry, please name who, and Oprah Winfrey, name who else. It's the same people all the time because we don't have it. And I think part of the problem is we don't have incubators for Black talent coming out of college, etc., to foster their interest in media ownership. College teaches you to be part of the machine, and I'm a professor. I'm all for college, but I also know that they don't really teach about ownership per se. And I'm not saying that you're going to come up right away and own a BET, but there's less focus on owning and ownership of the content and ownership of the platforms than there is you creating the platform and being a personality on it or working behind the scenes. That's what we need to change. But that's a whole different conversation.
Okay.
But anyway, this is very interesting. If you're interested in the story, this is in Quartz online, and it's called Paramount Changed Its Mind About Selling Its Majority Stake in BET Media Group. So check it out. There's more, and there's also a timeline in terms of costs, etc. So look at that.
Okay.
So, yeah, so that's that. Let's talk about WGA, the Writers Guild of America. Yes, they are still on strike, and a WGA report has called Disney, Amazon, and Netflix the new gatekeepers of media. So they issued this report just yesterday. It was scathing, basically. And they called for antitrust regulators to prevent consolidation in the streaming marketplace, right? Because I think the thing is, too, if you consolidate a lot of these people where they're buying up and you only have like 3 large companies controlling everything, that's less competition for the consumer, but that's also less places for people who work in the industry to work, right?
Yes.
So it's problematic. So they're looking at that as well. So this report is arguing that Netflix, Amazon, and Disney have amassed collective marketing power that has driven down, or market power, I should say, that has driven down wages and limited viewer choice, as I was saying. So
a monopoly.
Go ahead, yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
A monopoly. Go ahead.
Exactly, a monopoly, a trust. That's exactly it. All things which are supposed to be illegal, but somehow these things keep happening anyway. So the reporters said that, and the Guild is also arguing that companies have shown they will, quote, abuse a position of dominance, close quote, to harm their competitors, and further consolidation will result in fewer writers being able to make a living. This is what the union is saying. Any mergers in media and entertainment involving significant streaming players should be blocked, including acquisitions of smaller or potential competitors. So the report comes as the strike reached the 108th day, which means today is the 109th day of the strike with no signs of a deal at all. So the Guild responded, I know, right? So the Guild responded on Tuesday to the latest proposal from the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers, which is AMPTP. And but sources say the two sides are still very far apart on a range of different issues, including TV staffing minimum, weekly pay for screenwriters, and a viewership-based streaming residual. Now, this is going to be interesting because you are hard-pressed to find out about viewership numbers in some cases from places like Netflix, right? They don't like to release metrics. So that being the case, they're not liking that because this says, well, then I actually have to tell you how many people actually watched. So this is interesting. So this is not the first time that the WGA has given testimony about antitrust issues. They did the same thing in 2021, where they published a report that blasted 5 media mergers, including AT&T Time Warner, Comcast NBC Universal, and Disney Fox, as examples of failed antitrust enforcement. And this is what I'm saying. This stuff is supposed to be illegal, but these mergers keep getting allowed to me, it's a formality that it goes through the process to see if it is a monopoly or a trust, because they're going to say yes.
They're going to allow
it. They're going to say go ahead.
Wow.
Go ahead.
They're going to allow it. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So I did want to ask you all, because obviously there's more to the story, and this is from Variety, where you can read about this if you are interested. So what do you think about this? So again, union is arguing any mergers in media and entertainment involving significant streaming players should be blocked, including acquisitions of smaller or potential competitors. Now, I'm focusing on the acquisitions of smaller or potential competitors. I want to know what you all think about that.
Say that again. The acquisition of smaller
or potential competitors. So basically, big mergers should be blocked.
Okay.
It would include them buying smaller companies that would be their competitors or
Got it.
competitors.
Okay, got it. Yeah, wow. That's just the whole thing is just, I don't know what to say. It's just it's overwhelming, and then
it sounds
go ahead.
It sounds like we're going full circle back
Yeah.
to CBS, NBC, and ABC.
Right. Because the too many choices.
Remember how they
smaller ones get
rolled
built,
everything?
right. It used to be just the big three.
Were the primary players, and it sounds like we're going right back there.
Yeah.
Exactly, because when you have, remember, at the time when we had the big three players, ABC was independent, but who swooped in and bought them? Disney.
Yep.
Right. So remember, Disney bought ABC, and now remember that this is even moved on. This shows you, because remember, it was the they were talking about, what did they just say? That let me look. Oh yeah, Disney Fox, right? So
yeah.
The Disney Fox thing, they just keep amassing, and these are major companies that are merging. So here's my thing with that. I agree with the larger entities not being allowed to corner the market and stomp out competition.
Right.
But looking at buying smaller companies from the perspective of the smaller company, some people, it's hard being as a smaller media company. It is very hard. Some people may say, you know what? If we can get acquired, this would help. And then part of the deal could be we could stay on to help with the creative direction of whatever's going on. Not everybody who gets acquired just wants to throw their hands up and walk away. Some people want to be involved, but realize that they need more capital to do that and to do the things they intended to do. And one way of doing that is to initiate an acquisition. So, if you're a smaller company, is it right to say, well, you can't buy them either. You should be blocked from buying up other people who could be their competition? Even if the bigger company is doing it because they want to eliminate competition, is it right to deprive a smaller company the opportunity to get acquired because of that? That's just a question in my head.
Well, the thing is, either way, they're going to be going out of business if they don't have the capital. I see your point.
Agree.
Yeah.
So 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, in terms of, do I punish the people for being small and not giving them a way out or a way to profit when they've given so much?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's difficult. There is no easy answer. Even with the strike itself, on the surface, I am 100% behind the labor on this one. But there's a bigger issue of, okay, everybody has to get used to making less in this industry because the model has changed. So all those billions that are the millions you may have been able to demand for your participation in a project, it's not like that with streaming. So you have to get used to making less. And you cannot get upset at the new model. It is. I don't know where you want people to pull money from for that. But again, on the other hand, this also applies to the CEOs. This also applies to the management of these companies as well. You can't be getting a $40 million package with that much. No.
Right. I was thinking about this, or we were talking about this before. I forgot with who I was talking about, and I was saying that this strike is showing you that process that they do in Hollywood will change because of AI, because of streaming. Because if you needed, say, if you needed I'm just throwing out a number. I don't know how many people you need, but 100 people on a production before, but now with AI and streaming and technology, this and that, you only need 5 to put out the same output. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And that's not the worker's fault. That's not the crew or whoever's fault. I was saying it's like there's a lot of people in Hollywood, Ashton Kutcher's for one, MC Hammer's another, that they've seen technology coming like way before now. And Ryan Reynolds is another one. They've invested in that tech part of it because they saw it coming. And I'm not blaming the people that don't see it, but it's Hollywood. It's a lot of industries where technology is coming and you're not going to need as many workers
Mm-hmm.
to put for the output. It's like the automobile industry. What did they do? They put the robots in and they less workers. So that process is happening to a bunch of industries, and now it's Hollywood's turn. And it's like, what do you do? And you're right. There's right on one side and right on the other, wrong on one side, wrong on the other, especially with these CEOs making all this money. That has to change too. But also the process of the production is going to change because maybe I don't need 100 people doing this, that, and the other. I only need 20.
Mm-hmm.
Because I use technology, I use this, I use that. That's just the process that's happening. So I don't know where the balance is. But I do know one thing is that people are going to want content. They don't care how it's made. If it's good, if it's a good movie, I don't care if you hired 100 people or you use 5. The output is valuable and it's something I want. And I enjoy it. But I don't really the average person in America is not caring about whether it has 100 people making it or 5 and AI did some things. The output is the same. The quality level, I mean. You see what I'm saying? That's where it's going to get to. So I don't know how they solve this.
Absolutely. Yeah, it is not an easy thing to solve. There are many sides of the coin, and again, I side with labor on this one, definitely.
Yeah, I do too. But I'm seeing what I'm thinking is going to happen out of this because in the last strike, remember, reality TV became this big thing.
Correct.
And the industry grew out of that. Well, the same thing is going to happen here. When you don't have output and people want entertainment and content, that's why they're going to YouTube. That's why they're going to TikTok. And matter of fact, I saw a story today. I got to go back and look at it again. I didn't get the details of this guy was walking around. I think it was New York. It looked like New York. I didn't get the details, but this guy was walking around with his phone and he was asking people questions about something about their favorite meal or something. And then he arranged it to where he would cook the meal and he showed the whole process. And then he would meet the person and they would talk. And it was two cultures. And he would record it and they would talk and get to know each other.
Okay.
And I said, hey, that is something that people will want to watch. But he's doing it on. I'm not sure where it is. I gotta check. But I was like, people want to see that kind of thing, and I don't need 100 people with lights and cameras. And it was him, his phone, his little thing.
Exactly.
They were, and he made the meal, and it was him and a lady. I think I don't know her background, but I'm thinking African or something like that. And they were talking, having a meal, because he was trying to make the meal like whatever culturally meal it was from her culture. He was trying to recreate it and then asked her, well, how? And she was like, oh, yeah, it's kind of like it's good. And they were talking about things, getting to know each other culturally. And he filmed it all. And I'm pretty sure it's somewhere. So I have to go back and see the story. But I'm thinking stuff like that is going to happen now because there's an absence of content and absence of entertainment from Hollywood. And people want to be entertained. People want stories. People want TV shows. So I got a phone. I got a camera. I got a little mic, a little cheaping mic. I can go around and all I do is ask people questions or do this or do that. And that's what's evolving. And it's going to be on YouTube and it's going to be on TikTok. And we're going to be like Hollywood who? That might happen. So I don't have to go to the movie theater and spend whatever the amount is, breathe in COVID, because COVID is coming back, blah, blah, blah. So I don't have to do that. I can get entertainment right on my phone. I just feel like that might happen. And what will Hollywood do then? What will some of the people do then?
It's already happening. First of all, I've already been like Hollywood for a while. That's why I'm in Suit Media, right?
Right.
You all are not listening to what we want and what we like. You're doing what you like. So let's go ahead and change the narrative and disrupt. So that is already starting to happen. That's a non sequitur. That's a no brainer.
Right. But I mean, there's gonna be more of it as people discover. Well, I don't need to wait on Hollywood to make a production. I can do my own, or I can follow so and so. That's what I mean. I know it's happening. It's going to be more of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And here's the thing too. But my final thing on this is that I think that people involved in the industry, whether they are talent, whether they are, writers, whether they are camera people, whatever, you have to decide. If you now know that the compensation for this is not the same, you cannot expect to get the same that you did from the large Hollywood studios in the golden age of television and the golden age of movies. If you know things have changed, now you're going to have to decide, is this something I can do full time?
Yes.
Do I have to, is this something that is a part-time thing for me? Which means that, because we're already all doing this, right? All of us in this industry, we're doing this after whatever other job that we're doing, right?
Yes.
It would be nice for all of this to pay for whatever, but the reality is the profit margins are not there in this. So we understand this is what we do, but this is what we do in addition to other things. So I think that people, and it's going to be a hard sell, but you're going to have, and to be honest, actors have always had more than one job because you have to live. But you have to understand now, all right, this is going to have to be something I do in addition to the other things. And the mindset of the industry has to change to be like, all right, well, we're shooting these, and like they shoot whenever. They set the schedule, and it's not like, oh, well, such and such has to go to work, so we have to wait. They're like, no, if you can't be here, too bad. But I think the mindset needs to shift to people want to make money other ways. So if you're going to shoot on the weekends, it's going to take us a little bit longer. We have to see it. They have to change the mindset. The mindset has to shift.
I agree with that. The mindset has to change because Hollywood has been stuck in their old practice of this is how we always done it. And that's what I was saying. Technology has come along and disrupted that. Like it's disrupted a lot of industries. So you gotta adapt or you die. And so the wanting it to stay the way it is not gonna happen. So something is gonna fall away. I don't know what it is, but there'll be somebody there to pick up the pieces, but the mindset definitely has to change because they're used to doing things a certain way. And well, when you do this deal, this actor gets 20 million and this person gets this and that. All of that's changing. All of that. So I don't know if they're ready for it.
They're not, and they're going to they're going to do what they can.
Yeah. I agree. It's mindset.
I'm sorry.
But every industry is getting disrupted by AI and technology and everything. And so it's like, well, Hollywood, you can't be exempt from it. So, like I said, a lot of people have seen technology coming to disrupt, and they took advantage of it. The people, some of the actors and people that I named, they saw it coming, so they were like, okay, we're ready. But everybody else is like, okay, everything in Hollywood is the same, and we're doing this, and I get my money, and everything is good, and boom, here it comes, and everything's been, disrupted and
different,
chaos. So,
yes, absolutely. All right, well, it remains to be seen. I'll keep you up to date on what's happening with all of this. As you know, this is something I'm passionate about, so I'll keep you up to date.
Okay.
One more story, because I know we're at time now. So let me just give you one more story. Let's talk about Spotify. So they're trying to become more profitable, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
What they were doing was looking to ban white noise podcasts in order to be more profitable. So Bloomberg has an internal document that showed that white noise podcasts account for 3 million daily consumption hours on Spotify. So let me tell you, would you all know what a white noise
I
podcast
am
is?
clueless.
Yeah, I don't know what's that.
Okay, so white noise podcasts are podcasts that have, it's basically like ASMR, right? So their shows have various noises like crashing waves or bird sounds on repeat. So basically, it is like an ASMR. So these types of podcasts could make at least $18,000 a month through advertisements that Spotify placed in the programming. I need to come up with a white noise podcast.
Okay.
Anyway. So it's interesting. So in January, an internal Bloomberg document, according that Bloomberg saw, said that white noise and ambient noise podcasts, as I said, were 300 million daily consumption hours on the platform, and they inadvertently were boosted by Spotify's own algorithmic push for talk content versus music, right? So it's not music, so it must be talk. So the algorithm pushes that out. Okay. So once Spotify realized how much attention was going to these types of podcasts, they considered removing these shows from the talk feed altogether and then prohibiting future upload and directing the audience towards comparable programming. Okay, that was going to be more economical for Spotify. And so, according to the document, this would boost their annual gross profit by 35 million euro, or $38 million. So the proposal in question did not come to fruition. We continue to have white noise podcasts on our platform, according to a Spotify spokesperson.
Okay.
But, yeah, still, there have been some things that have happened. So a Reddit thread documents a time when white noise podcasts, quote, vanished from their account, and other users on that thread said they saw the same issue. So they're saying this, but silently things seem to be disappearing. So there was a white noise podcaster who asked to be anonymous, said that they saw their episodes go missing on the platform twice this year. The first time, the missing episode problem lasted around 3 weeks and cost them an average of 50,000 downloads per day. And the second time, that lasted 10 days and it caused them to lose an additional 20,000 downloads per day. And they still haven't recovered the lost audience, they said, even though the episodes are live again. So Spotify said, we can't speak to specific episodes. They routinely run tests and are in contact with creators on a case-by-case basis.
All righty then.
So, this is the interesting thing. I'm like, who cares? If this is something that, and this is what I'm talking about, platforms curating what they think people want versus what people actually want. I understand that you have standards. I understand that you want to be known, you really want to push talk. You are known for music, but you're trying to go out, spread out, and that you don't want to just become a YouTube that has everything, although it's working well for you. I get it. But at the same time, users are watching this. Advertisers are advertising. Everybody seems happy. Why are you not, Spotify? Why are you not happy? That's what I'm puzzled about. So, in any case, if you didn't know what a white noise podcast is, now you know. And they were trying to do things not to play them. They still have them on the platform, but it feels like they're being suppressed according to some users. And that's what I have for you.
Okay. Wow. Well, that's an education for me. And I can understand how people would sign up for these podcasts for ambiance or for, you know what I mean, whatever the
Mhm.
purpose is, to relax. Because
Right.
we have a lot of stuff going on with mindfulness. And so that centers around relaxation. I can see them turning it on, for a background or whatever.
Yeah, and I mentioned this a while, I think a couple of times about mindness, wellness, the wellness industry. That was like mental health, anything surrounding that's non-professional. This is it. Like these are the things that are coming up. So if you ever think about what business can I start? Mindfulness, wellness, self-care, mental health. That's a big industry that's growing, and it's not just adults, it's children too.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I said I was done, but really quickly, if you think about it, I'm sure you all have watched the Sunday morning program, CBS Sunday Morning.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember watching it when I was little. It was Sunday Morning with Charles Carroll. At very end, they always had a theme.
Yes.
And then it was just sounds and images, right?
Yes.
So it could be this week we explore the birds of Wisconsin. And it would just be all birds chirping with wonderful images. And my sister and I, we were little, but we used to be so enamored by that.
They still do it. They still do it, and it's on their YouTube channel. I love going to YouTube and just playing those videos.
I love it. So that was like really the first widespread instance of this whole white noise or ASMR. It started on a commercial level. So this has always been a thing. So the fact that Spotify doesn't realize that, I mean, I can understand not wanting your entire platform to be that, but that's an indication that this is that's something that people want. Like we said, there's a lot going on. You need the zen. You need that release. Let that be. Sheesh.
Hey, you know what? I'll just go to YouTube. Problem solved.
Exactly. You are just driving people into the arms of YouTube where they're like, come on, children.
And YouTube is like, come on in, come on. YouTube is like, welcome.
It's like, welcome home, children.
Yeah, come on. So,
yes.
So it's really about giving people what they want. That's it. I mean, that's it in a nutshell. Giving people what they want, whether it's this or content. We're talking about Hollywood, all of those things. We don't care about how it's made. You don't care about how the hot dog was made. You just want to eat the hot dog. If you knew what went into a hot dog, you wouldn't eat it. But I just want the hot dog. I don't care about, there might be some people that care about that process, but it's a small figure. And people want what they want. They don't care. And that's like with the whole TikTok ban situation. I said Gen Z, they don't care about security and Chinese and this and that. They want their app and they don't care. And that's the issue that we have in a lot of industries, a lot of things that's going on online and offline. I don't care, what goes into it. And we can talk about like buying stuff at discount stores and Walmart and stuff. All that stuff is cheaply made in China. And if you think about it, who's making it over in China? We don't really know, but it's not all rainbows and unicorns over there. But we don't care as Americans because we want our cheap item. So that's a little bit of what's going. That's a little bit of what's happening. So if you really dig deep, you would think about it's the glossing over of I don't care where it comes from. I just want it, and I want it at a low cost.
Give me what I want.
Yes, that's what it is.
Preferably free.
Yeah.
Well, Dr. Tachi, thank you so much. We really appreciate you guys. I want to encourage you to follow Dr. Tachi over on Mediascope, and Indie Soup is coming out, and so just stay tuned. You can find her over there on Instagram and YouTube and other places on the web. Also, we want you to know that Dr. Johnson. I done elevated you.
Dr. Johnson.
Dr. Johnson.
Hey, I'll take it.
If you want to
Kid.
follow
Just
uh,
kidding.
Joy Johnson online everywhere, all across the platforms. She's there to help you with your social media strategies. Also, remember that we here at BizChicks would love to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and take the hassle out of your hustle. We are here Monday through Friday, 8 o'clock Pacific time, 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So if you're looking to be a part of BizChicks, just text Biz to 33777, or you can find us at bizchicks.net. Come on over and let us help you connect with people so that you can tell them what it is you do and how you serve. So, with that, we're going to take off, and we just want to thank you for your time. All of you watching live and on the replay and in the clubhouse, we just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a
Thank you.
great day, and we'll
Have
see
a good
you
weekend.
next
Thanks
week.
for watching. Bye.
Bye bye, everyone.